Hey Neapolitan fans, NeapolitanGal here. Forgive my lack of posting videos the last couple of days. I had a horrible headache on Sunday and I had a terrible backache yesterday. So this is actually Sunday's video running in the background. I am recording on Tuesday so that there is some sort of voiceover. It was a silent video of all things. Just going through the giveaways now, and hey, finally found one. These I could actually use at work if I win them. Unfortunately, I probably won't. Nope, didn't win. But hey, you're going to see me flipping through a lot of giveaways like this one here. We're going to start the video. I'm going to go try other giveaways. So I want to flip on a couple more screens while this is running. It's 11 to 15 seconds. And see if I can win anything. Hey, don't forget, I've got all my handles over here now. Make sure you subscribe, click that bell, like, comment, share, the whole works. So we're going to go through several giveaways, a little over 20, I think 22 minutes worth, and see what we can come up with. There are a lot of giveaways that were ending early the last several days. I don't know, maybe my videos are getting more people, but I don't get a whole lot of views. People are finding out about these giveaways now in one manner or another. That's got to be it. I don't know, but a lot of these giveaways are ending much earlier than they typically would. So who knows? So we're going through here. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. That ice bucket thing was kind of pretty. I think I even messed up at one point and closed out the window and have to go back in, or maybe that was yesterday. But again, this was actually recorded on Sunday. I even have one for yesterday as well. I'm probably going to tack on to the end of this. I haven't decided yet. And so I may just pause this and switch to the other video and make it a full nearly 1 hour almost. Not quite an hour. About 45 minutes, I guess. But see what we can come up with. So I tried Be Love Life sauce on Sunday. Sunday? Yeah, I tried it on Sunday. Oh my, it's excellent. If you have not tried it, look up Be Love's Life 2, I believe. But if you look her up on YouTube, she'll show you how to make the sauce. And if you ask me, I can also give you the recipe because I wrote it down. I have it on my phone. I have it on a note card. And I really didn't even have to tweak it at all. I really did basically everything that she said on, with the exception of the accent salt. And the accent salt is MSG. And I did not want anything extra, in my food apart from, what I was already putting in it. So, so here we go. Now again, that's Be Love, and it's more or less just several different spices, some onions that you caramelize, and butter. Her recipe calls for 4 sticks of butter. I used 1 stick of butter for 4 crab clusters, so basically for 2 whole snow crabs. I used 1 stick of butter and 1 giant spoonful of country crock. And what you do is you slice up some onions, like julienne almost, and you caramelize them in that butter sauce. Then as it's reducing down and getting nice and yummy for your seafood dip, then you start throwing in the spices that she has listed. And when it's all said and done, and it's cool enough to touch, you dip your seafood in it, and come up with this caramelized onion. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, so good. And then she even uses lemons. I didn't have any lemons and didn't bother buying them because I knew I actually had 2 limes at home. So I didn't bother with any lemons because I had limes. You'll have to forgive a couple of the areas here where I've just sort of probably nodded off. We'll see if I can skip through them real quick. I'll have to remember doing that. It messes this up ever so slightly. But, excuse that. Don't normally go through all this, but, you know, sometimes I think, yeah, when I was doing this, I had quite the headache, so I probably nodded off once or twice, or got, you know, might have been looking at my phone. We're all guilty of this right here, you know, looking at our phones and forgetting what we're doing. So I'm so excited to get back on YouTube. I've had 2 straight nights where I just had splitting headache one night, and I have a horribly bad back, and so, you know, I had that splitting headache after eating my seafood the other night, and then I had the my back was just absolutely murderous all day yesterday. All the thing I wanted to do was come home, and I have one of those shower heads that, you know, you can change from take your skin off to kind of a light rain to a normal shower head, and I had it on to take your skin off on the hottest I could stand, and stood under that sucker for 10 minutes yesterday when I got home from work. Oh my gosh, I was hurting so bad. But it did the trick. You know, I just relaxed the rest of the night, went to bed, got up today. I've only been hurting a little bit, but my gosh, you know, still a bunch of other giveaways here that have already been given away. So you'll have to forgive my no makeup appearance. I was all made up, looked gorgeous, even had a beautiful red dress on. I was going to do this Sunday morning. And you know those girlfriend phone calls, or even your guy friend phone calls, that someone did them wrong somewhere, and you feel obligated, if you got nothing else going on, to go to their place, chill with them, make them feel better. That's what I did Sunday. I went and hung out with my girlfriend Jamie. Not that kind of girlfriend, because I am married for nearly 16 years, but I went and hung out with her. She's more or less my best friend, and, you know, helped her out with a tough situation. Not really helped her out with it, but, you know, it was an ear to listen to. It's so hard when you're going through guy or girl troubles when you're not married, or even when you are married. And, you know, texting is just so hard to get everything across, and the emotions and the feelings. But, you know, so many people just don't like to pick up the phone and actually talk on the phone anymore, that even with cell phones becoming as, you know, making everything as convenient as possible, a lot of people just don't like the interaction on the phone, period. They prefer texting, they prefer the messaging, but even in that sometimes, you know, just isn't quite enough. So, this would be kind of cool. I work with 2 guys that actually have Silverados, and I could certainly hang on to it for Christmas and give it to one of them for Christmas. But, yeah. And this is just awesome. The stand-up paddle boards, being in Southwest Florida, that's just a way of life. If you have one, you're always on it. There's just no 2 ways about it. So yeah. How was your guys' weekend? My weekend is always so full. This weekend coming up is just no exception. And it always just seems like there's not enough days in the weekend. Does anybody else feel like that? Does anybody else feel like, you know, some weekends it's just so much going on that you just feel like you never totally stop? And when you do totally stop on a Sunday night and you're sitting here on the couch and we're getting ready to go to bed, and you think, oh, damn, tomorrow's Monday and I got to do it all over again. But it's so me. I never ever stop. I had a friend ask me to take her and her husband over to the East Coast. Now, if you look at the map of Florida, basically like this bell, you have Naples here, and then on the other coast over, you got like Fort Lauderdale and Miami, and that's exactly what I did. Is I went over to Fort Lauderdale and dropped off some friends. They're going to take a cabin cruise or a yacht cruise down to the Keys, and I think over to the Bahamas. So that was my Saturday from about 7:30, because I had to get gas before we hit Alligator Alley, which is what 75 is called when it goes across the state of Florida. So I got my gas, went to pick them up in one of the richest areas in our area, and drove them over to Fort Lauderdale, and then drove back after stopping for gas. and some snacks. Because it wasn't quite lunchtime, but I had already basically eaten breakfast, sort of. So I got a couple snacks, got me something to drink, and some go-go juice, gas that is, and hit the road, and back I came. But yeah, so these wine glasses are gorgeous. It's funny, we don't drink wine, and I've got wine glasses coming out my caboose and my hutch. It's so funny. I actually use wine glasses, and I have some like dessert cordials and stuff that I use around the holidays. If I have a party or something like that, I actually make desserts in those, and if it's freezable desserts, whatever, and that's what they're served in. I don't mind on a rare occasion, fragile dishes that don't go in the dishwasher, that have to be washed by hand. On special occasions, parties, not kids' birthday parties, but parties. I don't mind them. I don't mind doing that. But when it's a normal like kids' birthday party, paper plates, plastic forks and spoons. That's a gorgeous dress. I'm actually looking at something like that on Fashion Nova. Beloved mentions that on her channel, and I'm finding all kinds of gorgeous dresses on there. And I'm looking at a couple that I might take when my friend and I go over to the East Coast next month for an all-male review. Haven't decided yet. I'm a full-figured woman. I'm a big girl. I'm not that big, but So really, bodycon dresses just don't work. These days for me are over right here. But, would be good for a donation to, a church or something like that, or just to give to someone. I've got a young niece. She's in 22. Eventually she's going to start thinking of these things, so. If you guys have seen my my library on some of my other videos, that's why I typically skip the books. Occasionally I'll try for the books. That's why I typically skip the books, is I literally do have a library, and I have zero need for more books. In fact, I'm trying to get rid of a lot of my books. Really thinking about listing them here on Amazon. Plus, before the end of the year, I will have at the very least one, possibly two, of my own books that I've written posted right here on Amazon. Diva cups. These are just weird. You really just have to watch the description of a Diva cup to figure out what it is, because if you've never heard of one, they're just really weird. I don't think I could go on my period without the normal stuff. These things are supposed to catch the blood. Ooh, I think I'm good. These hair curler things, I have tried to win them. I don't know why, because my husband did buy me for Christmas one of those things that you take your hair like this and just get a really clean piece, and then you put it on there and it sucks it up, and then it curls it while it's inside this big barrel thing, and then it beeps at you a couple of times, and then you release it and you got a nice curl. I got one of those for Christmas from him this past Christmas. These things here just seem like thick, heavy hair like mine. I just don't think that, honestly, that would work. That would definitely be something you would have to wear overnight. That would not be something that you could do, I don't believe, and have an immediate effect. But we'll see. So let's see here. Looks like I've paused in the video again. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Well, the video's only got a few minutes left in it, and I might, like I say, I might pause and add yesterday's silent video to this, and then If my husband doesn't get home from work before I get a chance to finish up both of these add-ons, I might go ahead and do a Tuesday video. I don't know that I've got a lot of Tuesdays. But I should actually have a lot of Tuesdays saved, because I went through last Monday through every giveaway and bookmarked them. So, for the entire week. So I might have the Tuesday giveaways on there, enough of that. Why not? See, I always try for books like this, because Werebears of the Everglades, if you look at Naples, Florida, the Everglades are right there. I mean, in my backyard, quite literally. I only live 1.5 miles from, maybe 2 miles, from what's called Alligator Alley. And that's what takes you through the Everglades. I even saw a dead python. Big snake. I've never seen a python in the wild before, though our Everglades are overrun with them. I saw a dead python when I was taking my friends to Fort Lauderdale this weekend. Ooh, scary stuff. My friend Nancy, she actually saw a dead alligator on the side of the road and over in the grass. And when you're driving along, you don't get a chance to see this stuff, but the python was, you you couldn't miss it. It was on the shoulder of the road, but I had been seeing pieces of tire the whole trip over. So when I first saw it, I thought it was a piece of tire laying on the side of the road. But when I got up closer, it was very symmetrical. Wasn't twisty like a tire would be. It was nice and round, but it was obviously dead because it was laying there and looked like it was flattened out on one spot. But yeah, as long as we've had our python issue in the Glades, I've never seen one before. But they're starting to venture in, so I'm sure eventually I will see a python. Luckily, we don't have any small children. We don't have any animals, so we don't really have to worry about it. But my mom, where she lives nearly right in the beginning of the Everglades as well, but more in the rural areas that stretch into the Everglades. So, she lives on my brother's property, and my brother raises pigs, and they've got tiny little dogs. They don't have any working dogs. They have Yorkies and Chihuahuas. So they're kind of watching out to make sure that these watching out for snakes. I mean, you have to when you have property. When you're that close to the Everglades, technically within the Everglades. Oh, I love dragons. I was really hoping I'd win this. But, okay, so I think we're going to switch videos. Okay, I'm back. I switched videos. Discombobulated again here. I'll fix that. Oh, there we go. These are the Monday giveaways. I went ahead and just tacked it on. I'm opening up a bunch of tabs on my browser, and whoops, there's where I was talking about. I accidentally closed my browser. I was paying attention to something else and clicked one tab too many. So I think for the duration of my doing these videos, until I start doing something else on a more regular basis with my YouTube channel, that I might go in and fix that. So there's no way I can do that again. There is a way for me to set my Firefox for that. So I think it'll say, ask, do I want to close last tab or something like that. So I probably will have to go through something like that. Then it'll pop up and it won't go anywhere until I say something to it. Click on something. Well, let's see what we've got here. There's some really cool giveaways they've been doing, but they've been going so darn fast. I mean, unless I sit and do, just hours on end of videos and then cut them. I mean, this is insane, these giveaways. They're going so fast. So let's see what we come up with. Oh, there's one. I would not use this thing. That would be something that I would give as a gift or something that I would just resell, but I personally would not use a shock collar. I love animals, and there's just a better way to train your animal. I mean, if you have to go pay for a class because you can't figure out how to train your animal, pay for a class. putting a collar on them that's going to give them a jolt. No, not a chance. I love animals. And I just don't condone abusing animals. So there's just no way that even if I won that it would ever be used by my hands. And I really don't know anybody who would use them. So let's see here. Giveaway ended. Ended. I go through so many pages for the Monday, this is the Monday video, that are just giveaway ended. I'm really trying to figure out a way with the program that I use how to speed things up at all. I think about the only way I'm going to be able to do that is just zoom through them like this. And when I get to a giveaway that I can actually do, I'll stop. So I'm trying to figure out a way to speed it up some. The program I use doesn't really have the speed up process. I've tried a few others programs and they're extremely laggy. So I haven't quite mastered how to do this yet. And I've got a learning curve. I've been doing this a little over a month, so there's definitely still a learning curve in here. And once I figure it out, it'll be so much better. It's such a pretty top. I like that top. So I may go through here in another second or two and fast forward some more. There we go. That dinosaur was cool. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, so I think we're going to be going through here in just a second through a bunch of cell phone case giveaways. So let's zoom through some of these giveaways, and we'll make this video a little less long and a little less painful. So yeah. I'll spoil the ending. I didn't win anything. That's such a pretty dress. I didn't win anything, but what can I say? I actually haven't won anything in about 2 weeks. The last couple of things I won were exercise bands and some sort of teeth cleaning device, and the teeth cleaning thing came in, and for the hell of it, I tried it. They're just way too big. They're definitely made for people with really big teeth, the ones that I won. And I don't have really big chompers, so definitely weren't for me. Ooh, I did get it in there. I didn't think I would. I'll go through and fast forward this again here in a sec. This is only about halfway through the video from yesterday. I may go ahead after this one and zippity-doo-dah right through. And I'm sure you guys won't mind, considering it's really boring sitting watching all these giveaways that have already been given away, but that thing looks pretty cool. Needlepoint embroidery craft kit for beginners. Those things look really cool. I have all the thread for those here. I'm a big crafter, so I love doing different projects like this. Okay, let's fast forward through some more. And got my profile picture there, smiling up at everybody. That's the dress I had on. That's the makeup I actually had on Sunday, before I got called away to go hang with my girlfriend who was bumming over a guy. And what can I say? friends before anything else. But at some point I'll have to figure out a way to work my YouTube videos in, and have a little bit of a life too. Okay, I think we're going to let the rest of this run, and that'll put us at around a half an hour. So those bathing suits are so pretty. I am trying to lose weight. That would be something if I were to win one, which I didn't, but if I were to win one of those dresses, that would be a next summer dress. I mean, bathing suit that would be for next summer. My girlfriend and I, the one who I went and listened to her talk about a guy that did her wrong Saturday night when I went to go see her on Sunday. We actually go on camping trips every year. Usually with her daughter and my son. Her daughter will be 18 with her next camping trip, and my son will be 16. They don't like one another at all. They can't stand one another. And this past camping trip that we went on, it was fun for me and my friend. Not so much fun for the kids. The kids, we like to go places where we can tube in natural springs. Our springs in Florida are cold, and the kids just don't enjoy them anymore. So we still really enjoy going to these places where we can camp and tube. The water's really cold, but we enjoy it. It's not something that we would do every day. The water is just way too cold for to do all the time, but for occasionally, maybe like once or twice a year, it's not bad. Oh, I think our thunderstorm is returning. How about that? Let's take a look at our weather. I must have dozed off during that video. Let's fast forward a little bit. There we go. I'll figure this whole thing out at some point. Actually, we've got some weather offshore and we've got some weather east of us here, but it really isn't that bad. I think it's probably the stuff east of us here that I'm probably hearing. I live basically where that green dot is, so. Alright, so that's the end of today's video. Well, it's the end of Sunday and Monday's video. I guess it's time to do today's video. Have a great one.